Right then, this is a quick walk around video for a gorgeous Lexus GS. This is a 250 luxury. It's covered just 62,000 miles. Finished in white, which always looks fantastic on these cars. I don't normally do my videos here, but they're doing work where we are, so I have to make do with what I can. But it is a lovely example. Front of the car, very clean. Lights and lenses are completely clear and intact. Bonnet, again, very, very clean indeed. If there's any stone chips, they're going to be microscopic. Near side, driver's side, beautifully smooth in the panels. Can't see any obvious indentations there at all. It's got a kind of real nice luster to the paintwork, which as always is beautifully applied to Lexus. Come around the back, very clean and tidy. The offside, the driver's side, and fantastically smooth in the panel work. Can't see any indentations there at all. Certainly nothing that catches the eye. It is very clean indeed. You know, for a car that's now, forgive me, what's that, 11 years old, it's been kept very, very nicely. Comes to the boot area now, which is cavernous, and again, as you'd expect of Lexus, quite beautifully finished inside there. Coming to the back of the vehicle, a lot of room in the back, and the rear of the car, in all honesty, hardly looks as though it's been sat in. It's the crispness of the leather, the carpeted and the plastics, all smack of a car that's been given limited use in the back here. The front and the passenger side, again, wonderfully clean. Full set of original Lexus mats, and then we've got the passenger seat in the front there, which as with the rear seats, doesn't look like it's been sat on very often. Finally coming on the driver's side, door card again wonderfully clean. Same with the footwell areas. Driver's seat itself again being kept very nicely. Just the tiniest bit of wear in the bolster, which has got to be expected for the age. That I dare say it is infinitely better than most of this age. So we're inside the car now. Gorgeous interior, which has been kept in beautiful condition. Engine's running, by the way, so always have it running, so the dashboard can be seen illuminated. Sat nav, you can see working exactly as it should there. Pop the car into reverse, you can see again parking camera all working exactly as intended. But this is a wonderfully high spec and luxurious interior, it really is. Come to the main dashboard binnacle, hopefully you can see 62,066 miles now recorded, but it is exceptional in here. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Lexus GS 250, and it's the luxury model. Car is registered, I should have put the key closer to me, let's have a look. WR62LVM, and with a mileage of just 62,059 recorded. The reason we do these videos, especially actually this road test section, is to ensure if anyone's online looking at any of our cars and any of our adverts, they get to see the very car advertised actually in operation. Now, the reason we've always felt it was important is because, like many people, we've been to see cars which looked absolutely fine in photographs or description, but when you get there you find out it's got an obvious fault that shows up, which you would clearly much rather have known about before setting off. So hence that's why we do it. Also done on these very quiet country roads in this simply beautiful part of Gloucestershire, and this actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, and hope is obviously that it'll be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you be offered a test drive in the car. So coming to the car, wonderful, wonderful vehicles these. I am biased, but crikey me, what a machine. Engine starts instantly, of course, and settles to a smooth, even idle. No warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car. Temperature gauge running between a third and a half. A nice hot day, which is exactly where it's meant to be in one of these cars as well. It is a fabulous unit. 2.5 V6. It's very, very, very quiet. It's wonderfully tractable, docile at low revs, but when you put your foot down and go, it really picks up with vigour. But it does, so it never sounds uncouth. It's just got that wonderful kind of V6 kind of howl wail to it, but it's in the distance. It's not there, which becomes, irritating in any way. But cruising around, driving as literally most people drive, it's one of the nicest companions you're going to have in a car. Really, really is. You do have 3 modes of the engine, by the way. You've got normal, as I am now. Twist it and I go into eco mode. Twist it to the right and I go into sport mode with a red dashboard suddenly appears. All those functions working perfectly. Gearbox, typical Lexus box, wonderfully slick shifting. You can operate it manually by the flappy paddles or the gear lever here. I'm going to be brutally honest with you, hardly ever utilised, but it's there. It's for those who want to do it. Gear lever to the right now, tells me what gear I'm in. Knock it back to go down the gears, knock it up to go up the gears, or use the paddles left to right on there. But all those functions working exactly as it should. Gearbox operating perfectly. They're pretty much bomb-proof in these things. But just do the usual checks. Just make sure that the gear changes are smooth on the move, which they are, and there's no sort of clunks when you engage gear, and there is none of that going on. So all in very, very fine fettle indeed. Steering on the car and chassis of the car, obviously this is predominantly a kind of luxury express. It's quick, but its design criteria is to be comfortable more than anything else. And the steering and the chassis do a brilliant job of it, because what you've got is very accurate, very precise, it's nicely weighted, but it flows with the chassis. What I mean by that is, getting some cars which are, either kind of, they don't know what they are. So they give you steering which is overly sharp, but the soft suspension in it just doesn't work together, or you get something with rock hard suspension and slovenly steering, and that can be just as bad. This hits the sweet spot. It wafts along. It's very, very, very comfortable. But the body control through the corners is actually very good. If I go through the corner up here, it's a bit yumpy, off camber, a little bit quicker than I would do normally. Turn in, very little body roll, very little body motion. Just deals with the corner. They aren't sporty. They're not meant to be sporty. If Lexus say they are, well, they're not, but they genuinely aren't. It's just a lovely, lovely car to do huge mileages in, or huge distances on each trip, because it is so cosseting. And part of that is the body control. Again, having softer suspension, which allows this pillowy, absorbent ride. If you start throwing it into corners, it starts keeling over and lolloping about. That can be just as uncomfortable in reality. But as I said, this does a really good job, really, really good job of dealing with both absolutely brilliantly. Incidentally, suspension and the surface is awful. Brings up no sort of clonks, rattles. Steering tracks dead straight. There's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to legal limit. Brakes on the car are fantastic, really powerful. No vibrations, no pulsing, nothing like that through the brake pedal. It's all in very fine order. And then coming inside, you've got a really nice layout. As soon as you get in the car, it's easy to get comfortable. It's also immediately obvious you're in something of the very highest quality. The materials used are lovely. They've paid a lot of attention to the stitching on the leatherwork on the dashboard here. It just kind of catches the eye. You feel as though it's something that has been, manufactured to the very highest levels. All the switch gears, that really lovely quality of actuation to it as well. Got really good visibility. The seats are sensational, and it's all in lovely, lovely condition in here. Dash layout is really simple, actually, very easy to use. Everything's working perfectly. Heated, cooled seats. You've got your little mouse pad here, which I must admit, my first RX, I kind of took me a week or two to get used to it, but actually now I've done it, it's actually much easier to use than what was on offer in the past. Separate climate control panel, which is really nice of Lexus to do, so you don't have to go into the menu to do that. Pumping out absolutely ice cold air, by the way, as well, so they're all functioning exactly as it should. And as always, Lexus give you a really lovely and beautifully presented dashboard or binnacle. The dials just is the tiny bits of detailing they do so well. Even things like your little clock, which I actually watched a video and I amazingly heard someone scoff at, which really annoyed me. At night, when it's illuminated, it's beautiful. It's the detailing, and I love the fact that they do put it in there and they don't rely on a digital one. But anyway, each their own. I can't fault it. It drives absolutely beautifully. It really is a sensational car to drive.